I've been raised only by strong women. तुम ये नहीं कर सकती हो या ये नहीं पहन सकती हो. I am like, who are you to tell me? My mother father have not told me this till today. There is absolutely nothing more powerful than that. I was at a really shitty point in my life and I remember that I'm just done. I am a huge feminist. I think anyone that says that they're not a feminist doesn't understand the concept of feminism wholly. Hi, I'm very, very good. Exhausted but in the best way ever. Oh, thank you. I've been raised only by strong women. मेरी नानी, मेरी मम्मी, मेरी नैनी जो थी, बेनी जो है rather, अभी मेरी नैनी नहीं है. बेनी, you know, generally मेरा भाई बहुत कंप्लेन करता था या इंट्रोवर्टेड था और हम बहुत टाइम से कहते थे कि नो माँ ज़्यादा बात नहीं करता है, यू नो माँ यू शुड बी मोर टॉकेटिव. कोई बात करने का चांस ही नहीं देता इस घर में, तो मैं कैसे बात करूँ, मैं एक्सट्रोवर्टेड कैसे बनूँ. नॉन स्टॉप strong opinionated women, powerful women. Always I don't have a chance to have an opinion, and I remember that very clearly. So that was the environment I grew up in, you know, with lots of strong, powerful, opinionated women. And I think by default, male figures जो बहुत बड़े feminists हैं. Environment I've grown up in. And my father is the more traditional one out of my father and my mother. So just imagine. So life से I think बचपन से I've been brought up to be this person. हाँ, I think generally क्योंकि मैं ज़्यादा extroverted थी और मेरा भाई मुझसे छोटा है तो by default और मैं ज़्यादा enthused भी हूँ generally life में, तो I think I probably did more things, लेकिन not because male female का ऐसा. एक चीज़ है कि जो curfews होते हैं वो हमारे लिए थोड़ा अलग था. या जितनी परेशान मेरी मम्मी होती थी जब मैं लेट रात को बाहर जाती थी और मैं टाइम से घर नहीं आती थी, वो ज़्यादा था इन माई केस. लेकिन मेरे भाई के साथ ऑफकोर्स सेम रिस्ट्रिक्शंस तो थे, लेकिन अगर वो इधर उधर कर्फ्यू तोड़े या टाइम से वापस ना आए या यू नो बहुत ऑफन वो पार्टी करने बाहर जा रहा है, तो इतना बड़ा इशू नहीं था. Because I come from parents that are divorced, that are very friendly. मेरे सारे exes के साथ very good friends who there's no bad blood anywhere. You know, it's like thanks for the great times and the great memories. That vibe I've learned from my family very nicely. Not only that, open communication होना चाहिए. अगर एक relationship में कोई मुझसे कहे कि तुम ये नहीं कर सकती हो या ये नहीं पहन सकती हो, I'm like, who are you to tell me? My mother father have not told me this till today. You know who you are. You're confident in who you are because you were allowed to be that. You own it. So I think it helps you form much healthier relationships in a lot of ways. क्योंकि वो जो complication है, वो जो secrecy है, वो जो ineffective communication जो वो नहीं है. Clear communication बहुत effectively हो जाता है. अगर communication clear है, सब कुछ ठीक है.
तरीके से हम काम करते हैं. अगर सब लोग
अच्छे manner में. This is standard line. If you get married before 30, I will not arrange your wedding. Between the ages of 20 and 30, if you get married when you're 20, in your 20s, by the time you're in your 30s, you're a totally different person. It's not that your love in your 20s wasn't valid, but not everyone has the ability. When you're in your 30s, you have a more solid understanding of who you are. Of course, we keep changing as people. The part between 20 and 30s when everyone's trying to figure their careers, life, perspective, yeah, totally. Or even their viewpoint on life. You know, it's one of the first few times in life where they're actually having to think for themselves wholly. Learning how to run a family, take responsibility, you know, just generally take responsibility. No, with my cousin sister, I know what you're talking about. So, मेरी cousin sister उस time पे बहुत ही ज़्यादा young थी, हाँ, around that. She looked at me and she was like, this 7-8-year-old saying, I'm ugly, like that she's ugly. I was like, what? I was like, why would you say that? And she was like, because I am, just look at you. She said, look at your skin. Makeup. All of this is makeup. I said, see my little pimples that are coming here and here. See, I have these dark circles here. She's like, no, but look at your hair. Look at my hair. Her hair was like short and I was like, 1 second. She's like, but like leave all that. She's like, just your clothes are so nice. I said, 1 second. I said, look, all cheap stuff. I said, my top is course. I think I was always this. But I've calmed down over the years. हाँ, क्योंकि शुरू में ना मैं तो वो जो I felt like there was always झंडा in my hand that I'm running with. क्या बोला? You know, it was like this. It was more like you know, क्या बोला? अभी मैं लड़ने आ रही. You know, it was more that time. अभी ऐसा बन गया है कि when you enter a restaurant with you and a woman or what happened to ma'am? Ma'am did not get a good evening when you walked through the door. Or like you just one or two places. But I'm saying majority of the places, hello sir, good evening sir, whatever. Bill comes to you directly. One place. Since we're on the male feminist, I'll tell you this story. They were deciding what they wanted to eat and drink and I'll have a red wine and something. And I'm not seeing him write it down. So I thought शायद memorize कर रहा है ये वो. So then he took down everyone's orders. That वो लड़की कुछ खा नहीं रही थी. So and both of them ordered something. And I'm like, oh, and my red wine and my whatever food I was eating. He looks at my brother and he's like, is that okay? Omar ने ऐसी चीज़ों को experience नहीं किया. Why? मुझे क्यों पूछ रहा है? You know? I looked at him and I said, listen, buddy. I said, the bill that's going to be paid on this table is paid by me. The tip that you're going to get is also going to be paid by me. I was like, what is this nonsense? I was like, you get me this or you get me a new server. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And then he was like, yeah.
You know, the core strength.
You know, when women stick together, there is absolutely nothing more powerful than that. All my best friends, most of my best friends in life actually, have always been women. I've had lovely male friends also. But there's just this certain understanding and bond when women stick together. And you know, if you take a look at it, men are so great at being friends with each other.
Yeah.
So great at supporting each other and being bros. Whereas women are sort of conditioned to compete with each other and be catty with each other and pitted against each other. You know, in terms of narratives that you see in the media, in terms of things that you're, just so many things, you know, we're just naturally taught to be competitive and catty with each other. Inherently, for a very long time, not, you know, and when we start sticking together really properly, there is nothing that can fix us. Thanks.
Out of this world.
How do I even, it's been such a long journey, I don't even know how to concise it into this. No, it was just, I think it was the whole phase where I was really not at ease with myself, body, whether it was anything and everything, where I was at a really shitty point in my life, and I remember, and on that journey to become happy, that's the most effective way to really calm your worries and nerves and anxieties and, you know, channel more happiness. That's the most effective way. And I say this in every interview, and I've continued to say it in every other one whenever the opportunity arises. And I'll say this over and over again, but every time 10 more people will hear it, and every time it's the most important advice I can give any woman, man, be your own best friend. Because if someone looks at that person and says, yuck, you're looking so fat, to this person that way, you know, you don't talk to this person that way. This is someone I care about. You need to be that person for yourself. When you look in the mirror and you say, you're so fat, you're going to tell yourself off. You're going to be like, stop it. We don't talk to ourselves that way. You know, we don't talk to our body that way. And you immediately start doing these things to correct the way you talk to yourself, because suddenly you love yourself. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to say cruel things to yourself. You want to love yourself. You start to realize how incredible you are. Yeah. And you can do that with every part of your body and every part of your personality. When you're saying the wrong things to other people, when you're saying wrong things to yourself, it's a wonderful equation. Be your own best friend. I'm a huge feminist. I think anyone that says that they're not a feminist doesn't understand the concept of feminism wholly. Especially if you're a woman that's a strong woman and an independent woman, and you say you're not a feminist, you don't really know what feminism means. Because if you did, you would be a feminist. I love you. You'll be just fine and all better. Just keep loving yourself. How to do things. We need help, we'll ask. By being more vocal.
Yeah.
Especially with your bros. Sometimes it's important to just say, hey, actually I don't think that's good. And a lot of the time the other men might feel similarly also, but they're feeling just as awkward. Correct. Sonam Kapoor. I think she's someone that really empowers and supports other women and always raises her voice for things that are related to women. And